Hey, Curly.
Hey, everybody. What's up? We'll probably get started in another minute or so. So grab those trackers, plug your phones in, whatever you need.
Also, Lenny, I just posted on the FitLifeTribe all about what we were talking about with registration and promo codes and everything. So I just went live and did like a quick 2-minute video for everybody.
You're awesome. Let me make sure we're recording. And how do you feel about maybe briefly stating that again?
Yeah. Just let me know when you want me to do it and I will.
Okay. Let me. We are recording whenever you want to, or if you want to wait another minute until some other people pop on.
I'll wait till a few people hop.
Awesome. Team Cup, let's go.
I know. I'm fired up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I know. I gotta figure out what to say to some of these people.
Right. I had a girl, we went to dinner the other night with some friends, and literally I didn't even have to do anything. My friends were like, yo, check this out. Court's our coach, da-da-da-da. And she was like, yeah, I'm totally interested. So I messaged her like yesterday, or just like being like, hey, I know we kind of talked about it. She emailed me today. I'm in. I was like, sold. Send you the link on Saturday.
Yeah, because we have a discount on Saturday. So you'll want to sign up on Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all, the discount's going on right now. But
I ain't telling them that.
We're talking like this because we already hit Success Club this month, and we want to get more Success Club points in February for Team Cup. So that's why we're like trying to push. Don't ever push people off to the next month, by the way, except for Team Cup.
Yeah, that's the only month I'm like, all right.
Just wait a few days. Cool.
I couldn't be like, I'm like more anxious for Saturday to come just to get these share cards out.
I know.
Oh, but.
Okay.
All right. You want me to say what I said before?
Yeah, that'd be odd. Or shorten it, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, just in case anybody's watching and they haven't gone onto the FitLife page, I just did a quick live video about referral, like promo codes and summit referrals. So I will do it super quick in here. Talk to corporate. Once you are registered for Team Cup, you will get your promo codes emailed to you once February hits. So in the first couple of days of February, you will get your codes emailed to you, and every person on the team gets their own codes. I don't remember how many. I want to say it's 2, but don't quote me on that. And then as far as referring people for Summit, you just have to give your people that you're referring your coach ID and your email. So when they log in and like sign up for Summit, it'll say like on the thing, referral coach info, and they just plug in your ID and your email and we are all set with the points.
Cool.
Yep.
And whoever buys a Summit ticket while using a referral code also gets a new workout with the trainer that is creating our fall program.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good for us to just know about. It's always good to have like the first look because people want to know all the info. And if you have all the info, if you're the one that's like done the research, been through all the stuff, basically paved the path before anybody else, you're going to be the go-to person and you're automatically going to sign up more people because people are going to trust someone that's already kind of like walked that path. So being able to say that you already did the workout for the fall program coming out live with the trainer, not only like is that content for your own personal social media and business, but it's good for your own mindset too. Like it gives you a little bit more confidence. Like, yeah, I got this. I did it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Perfect.
That's pretty cool. Thanks, Court.
You're welcome. Glad to help.
Yeah. All right, you guys, we are going to hop in straight into an action hour. So it's not necessarily going to be an hour. We're going to do a power 30 because with all the other power hours that have been going on every single day, it's the first post in our team page. It has 3 power hours or action hours every single day. So those are full hours. We're just doing the shortened version because sometimes life gets in the way. Who would have thought? So, and whenever we don't have time to sit down for a full hour to get things done, sometimes it's really easy and better for us to kind of break it up into half hours, or some people call it a P25, a 25-minute power hour. So just to sit down, do your action hour, and then at the end of the day, put the phone down. Like, drop the phone. Don't be checking it as much. Give yourself those hours when you're going to work, so we're not feeling like we're constantly on our phones, and breathing. I think Nikki said it last night in her call, which I loved it. And Court, I know you were on it. A few other of you were on it. If you haven't seen her call from last night, Nikki, I think you were on it. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. The first 15 to 20 minutes was rocking out of this world. And it was about just literally putting the phone down and taking time to realize that you're just a speck in the spectrum of life, but yet the ability that we have to make such a big impact is huge. And that all starts with being off of our phone. The conversations and the social media that we can post about starts with being off of our phone. But at the same time, we have to schedule in the 30 minutes, the hour, 4 to 7 days a week in order to move our business forward. Because if we're, again, like Nikki said last night, if we're not doing those things, it's easy to do these, which we're about to do. It's also easy not to. So if we're not doing these things, if we're not scheduling this in, our business won't move forward. And last thing, before I ever do a power hour or a power half hour, I always just like to pray and just ask God to bless us and have us speak in love and to not judge any conversations, and for us to show up as our best, most authentic selves, and for us to just be who we are and do what we came here to do, and for us to push forth into our goals and to help others reach their goals as well. So amen to that. And cool. Let's move forward. So for an action hour, the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to see if I can pull up a screen, is we are going to, at first, we're going to go into our stories on our phone, and we're just simply going to connect with those people who are watching our stories. If you haven't posted a story in the last 24 hours, why? Definitely watching something. Haven't posted anything on your stories yet? If anyone can, what do you think? Here we go. If you haven't posted a story in the last 24 hours, right now would be a great time to post. Maybe post a photo of yourself doing your workout, or yourself drinking a shake, or something where you can start getting some viewers. That's one thing. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. Or your last post, which also should have been in the last 3 days. Now, this can be on Facebook, this can be on your Instagram, whatever you prefer is in your wheelhouse. I personally like to do 1 day of Instagram, and I'll kind of teeter a little bit in Instagram, but then I'll focus on Facebook the next day. Like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are my Instagram. Tuesday, Thursdays are my Facebook. I'm checking both always, but really like where I'm going to build both my markets. So the last post you did, if you haven't posted anything in your stories in the last 24 hours, get to post it in your stories, and then go to your last post, which should have been either today, yesterday, or the day prior. We can't go 3 days without posting. Again, if you're unsure of what to post, definitely checking out Nikki's live yesterday sums it up quickly, or our coach trainings are fantastic for how to get it going. And at the end of the day, just doing it and getting consistent, you'll find your flow. It's not going to be perfect in the very beginning. It's just a matter of doing it, and then you find your flow. So I'm going to pull up a screen here. And so we're going to get to our phones and share screen. And if you guys want to screenshot this and keep this for your own Own records, that's fine. Coach invites, challenger invites. Okay, and then also in the comments, I am going to, or in the chat, can everyone see the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I am going to drop a few things over in the chat at some point. I'll let you know when I do, just with some lingo. But all right, let's pop off this power half hour. So the first 5 minutes, all we're gonna do is we're gonna go, now again, if you haven't posted to your stories, go to your last post and you're gonna see who liked or commented your post. In stories, make this bigger so you can see this. In your stories, does everyone know how to do that? You're gonna go to your stories. Sorry, this is loud. And then why can't I see myself? There we go. Your viewers at the very bottom. When you select stories, you're gonna see your viewers, right? And then everyone that has seen your story will pop up, right? So the people who are in red that are not a coach and see, so like the red circle around somebody who's seen your stories, they have actively watched your stories recently. So you're going to go in and for 5 minutes, all we're going to do is we're going to try to touch and connect with at least 2 to 5 people in 5 minutes. Select their story. Those people who are also viewing yours, you're going to select their story and you're going to comment on at least one of their things in their stories, just to keep that connection alive. They don't need to know that you saw them viewing your story. It's just a matter of like engaging with someone who's taken the time to also look at your story. So, okay, ready, go. 5 minutes. I'm gonna play some music if that's cool with you guys. Dream, lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountain, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers, as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. Truth is, you know what tomorrow brings. There's not a day ahead you have not seen. So when all things be my life and breath, I want what you want, Lord, and nothing less. When you don't move the mountain, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers, as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. You are my strength and comfort. You are my steady hand. You are my firm foundation. The rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher. Your plans You're not already stood when you don't move the mountain. I'm needing you to move when you don't walk the water. I wish I could walk when you don't get the answers as I cry out to you. I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. When you don't move the mountain, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't get the answers as I cry out to you. I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. Okay, let's begin to wrap it up a little bit. And again, remember you guys, we're not here to judge anybody. We're not God, right? We don't have, that's not something that we were put on this earth to do, right? We're not here to judge anybody. So if we second guess talking with someone or interacting with someone, but only if they're not in your niche market, I can understand maybe skipping over them. Just go in and start loving on people. That's what we do, is we love on people. So the next part is, if you haven't done this yet, definitely need to find your inspo booths. So finding and creating collections of your top large accounts that you enjoy to follow. So if you haven't done this already, I'll go over it quickly. But what it is you should know your 5 and what you depict and the type of person that you want to work with. So if you want to work with, I need to stop this, there's something in the back. So finding that person you want to work with. One of the girls in the Power Hours described this perfectly. And she said, imagine like you're at a fair and you walk in and you're like, okay, which booth do I want to go to, right? Like, where are my people at? And what type of booth do you want to walk into, right? Like, for me, I'm going to walk into where they're playing music and they're having a good time and they're dancing. So music and dancing is one of my 5. And then interior design is another part of me, because I love interior design. So there's that. Fashion is the 3rd one. And then adventure, being outdoors, surfing. If I see some boards, some surfboards or skateboards, I'm walking into that booth, because those are also my type of people that I want to hang out with. So finding large accounts that have over 20,000 followers minimum are people that we want to save to our collections. So that way, when we are growing our market, when we are growing our connections, right? Because we're going to run out of people locally. We're going to run out of friends. We're going to run out of family. We're here to help the world be a better place. So if we're not reaching out to new people, letting them know like, hey, I'm at least here. I'm not necessarily inviting you to my wellness journey just yet. I don't know if I want you in my wellness journey just yet. I'm just trying to connect with you because I think you look rad. So getting those inspo booths, and I'm going to show you how to do that real quick if we don't know how to do it. We were talking just last night, Courtney and our Teen Cup, we met up and we did a power hour together last night, and finding accounts that were like with wine. Mary said Vici dolls, that fashion one was a great one. There's like Girls Outdoors or something like that I follow. So I am going to pull up one of my inspo booths, show you what I got. So if you don't know how to access your collections after you save this, which I'll show you how to do, you're going to select the top 3 buttons, top 3 lines at the top. You're going to select that. And then you're going to select saved. And then all your collections will pop up. So I have one day, I'm already saving posts for when I get pregnant, so I don't have to think about it when I get pregnant. So they already have like 100 posts of like what to do when I'm a coach when I'm pregnant. People that I've connected with in January, coach call to action posts. And then I have an inspo booth. Did I pass it? Oh, it's right here. Inspo booth. So what I did was I found these large accounts. So we're going to go, I found this large account. That's not one. Right? I typically like to stay away from fitness people, but I just like this one. So whatever is your inspo booth, find at least 5 of your top people that speak to you in your niche market, because then you're not necessarily feeling like this business is hard. You're literally talking to your people, and it's really easy to make a connection this way. So finding someone with a large account, check out all those followers. And so what I'll do is I'll simply just go to one of those posts and I will flag it. And then I'm going to save it to my inspo booths, and it's now saved. It tells me at the top, saved to my inspo booth. So then I'm going to go back to where I showed you all how to access those collections. So here we go. Saved. My inspo booths. And then these are all the top accounts that I've saved. So we're just going to click one of those. We're going to go to their main page, and we're going to look at their most recent post. Okay. So in their most recent post, I'm going to check out who's liked their most recent post, check out who's commented. And all I'm going to do is just go down the line, and if their profile photo sticks out to me, if they just look like just in their profile, it's obviously like I'm not going for men. I don't like, that's not, I'm here to help. I'm here to help the girls. If there's men that you want on your team, go for it. I just have found out men love to spam women that are into fitness. So I try to stay away from that unless I know them personally. So going through the comments of that large account's most recent post, because at least we know that those people are active, they're engaged, they're going to read your message. All we're going to do, and we're going to spend 5 minutes doing this, is we're just going to go down and we're going to find 2 to 5 people and just select one of those accounts. And typically what I like to do is I like to engage with people that have 15,000 followers or less. So I know that they're probably going to read my message, and there's not a lot of messages in their inbox. So I will, let's see here. All these people have so many followers. So go ahead, and I hope during this time you're finding maybe your top inspo booths. There's a lot of like Saved by Grace, a lot of good Christian groups that are like normal and not Bible pushing that are out there, especially if Christ-filled women you want on your team. Soccer, Courtney and I talked about soccer, because we're both ex-soccer people. Stuff like that, like Kristen, marathon, Ironman. You can find your people that way, or find someone that, might want to train or is an ex-Ironman, and, something like that. Even beer, if beer is your thing, along those lines. So find those inspo booths and begin saving while I try and find someone who doesn't have so many freaking followers. Okay, so here's a girl. I'll show you her in a second. I found her in one of the larger accounts, and I saw that she commented, right? She's right here. I'm going to click on her account. And she has about 1,000, almost 2,000 followers. That's awesome. So she is at least active on her social media. She's engaged. She's connected. And so what I'm going to do, it's called the 5-3-1 rule. I'm going to go in. I'm going to like 5 photos. Usually comment on just 2. Like 5 photos. And it doesn't need to be the first 5. It can be like any that you scroll into. I comment on 2 of them. And then I follow. Because it lets them know that I'm not a bot. It lets them know that I actually sought them out, and it's a good connection. And typically when they see that we have commented on what they're doing, they'll typically follow back, because they're going to know, oh, this person isn't just like a spam artist, right? So and commenting something that's more than 5 words, actually think about it. You know, make it nice. Be exactly like we prayed for, being a kind human, maybe even asking a question on their last post. If they ask a question in their post, answer the question, right? I think someone like commented on one of my outfits, and I like posted about my grandparents dying once. I was like, what an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, so like take the time to read, you know, the person that you're trying to connect with, because who knows, it could be your next coach. It could be your next soul sister. It could be someone on our team, right? So just take that extra few seconds and let's just do that. So find your inspo booths, find at least 2 for right now, maybe find your next 3 later, but let's just get to commenting. Let's take 4 more minutes, and I'm going to play some music. Here's my heart, Lord. And let's just, here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Speak what. Where are you now when darkness seems to end? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, where are you now when all I feel is doubt? Oh, where are you now when I can't figure it out? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up. You're not threatened by the war. You're not shaken by the storm. I know you're in control. Even in our suffering, even when they can't be seen, I know you're in control. Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. You say, 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 hey, look up, child. Hey, look up. Awesome. Let's start wrapping it up.
Tired of all the noise from your outdated home comfort system? Silence it.
I always give myself 5 minutes, you all, but 2 minimum within those 5 minutes needs to happen. Don't spend too much time on anything. Don't think about it too much. You have everything that it takes to help people. You have the experience, you have history in your own life to be a kind human, to help people walk through their own valleys when they start a health journey. So don't ever second guess yourself or what to say or how to say it. Obviously reread it if you're a little bit dyslexic and things aren't coming out right all the time. Do a little double take, but don't overthink this. It's one of those where you just got to get it out and you got to do it, and it's your job, you know?
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not.
This is depressing. Let's not listen to this.
Every single lie that tells me I will never win. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? I like the clip. No, 50. No, yeah.
Okay, y'all, let's wrap that up. We got to get to the most important things. Super dyslexic cat. I know, same. I still read some of my messages from like 2017, 2018, because I still have those people watching my stories. I'm like, damn, I should never have sent that. Whatever, still here. Okay, so let me turn this. Here we go. So big thing, we got to get to this. If we like it or not, this is what will move our business forward at the end of the day. So 2 people minimum a day to your next challenge group. February is coming up. If you are not running a challenge group, then please know that you have me to always drop your people into, or push yourself and get a plan together. Maybe start a wellness group mid-February. The Monday after Valentine's Day is perfect. Start promoting it now, start inviting now, hit Success Club the first few weeks of February. Start on Monday after Valentine's Day for your wellness group, or partner with someone and host a wellness group. Or there's so many options. It's just a matter of doing it. Even just having 3 or 4 people in a messenger pod or doing it on the Beachbody app is wonderful. You know, you don't have to create the content either. We have so many content calendars in the back, so you don't even have to worry about creating content to post every single morning. It's just doing this work right here is what moves our business forward. So challenger invites. I'm also going to drop things in the chat over here. Going into your stories, like you all know probably, going into your stories and finding someone that has viewed your stories, and you're basically just going to say, hey, thanks so much for supporting me in my journey. I don't know if you saw, but I'm hosting a wellness group in February. Would you have any interest in joining us? If not, no big deal, just that I would extend an invite. It's that simple, but it's a matter of doing it every single day. So if you guys want to screenshot this or take this or start typing out your own, I will type in the chat what I just said, if that helps.
I know this is a dumb question, but you're recording this, right? My video keeps cutting in and out. I'm not sure what's going on.
I am recording.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, no, my video's lagging. I'm not sure if it's my phone or probably because I've dropped it like 10 times in the past 3 days.
Well, you sound good.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I just sent something. I can't click enter and bring the thanks so much for following along in my stories because I like to make another line underneath it, because if it's just hey boo in their inbox, they won't see the rest of the message. So they're more likely to click it to see what else is after hey boo, right? So I usually like to leave another line like hey boo, and then next line, thanks so much, and then the rest of it. And then where it says like no pressure either way, I just wanted to extend an invite, you can leave it there if you want to. If you're like, I just need to send out invites and not be personal, I don't feel like talking to people and being nice to anyone today, because we all have those days, but we have to still get these out. You can leave it there and end it there if you want to. No pressure either way. I just wanted to extend an invite. And then if you want to make it more personal, this is where you can also say it here. I wanted to extend invite because I saw that you were also into fitness, or I just love your vibes because of X, Y, and Z, or because of the music selection that you made, or I just love your fur animals. I know that we would just get along and would love to have you in this, best, right? And then so right now, this is when we start tracking the people that we're inviting, right? Because we don't want to just send an invite and not follow back up with them a few days later, because then that means we are salesy. We don't want to be salesy. That's not what we do here. Because if we just send an invite and tell them all this nice stuff and then we don't follow up with them, like we're assholes. Like that's not what we're about. So a few days later, going back to who we invited, and I like to wait 2-3 days sometimes, depending on what my goals are, and just following back up. And I will write it in this chat too, but we're not at follow-ups yet. But it is so important to follow up with people, because that makes them feel actually appreciative. And life just happens. It's so easy to read messages and forget to respond. So just let's keep that in mind. Like everyone's also got a life. It usually takes, they're probably going to say no the first time. It's going to take them connecting, having that first connection, continuing to watch your stories, and then to go on. But it's a compound effect that happens, right? So here's a follow-up. But so for the next 5 minutes, let's get out a minimum of 2 invites, right? First people that come in your mind, the first people that were our viewers in your stories, first people in that has liked your last post, something. Let's get out 2 invites. And then in 5 minutes, drop how many invites you got out in 5 minutes. And I will play some music. Diggity.
The results strongly support that these beings are not closely related.
Yeah. You know what? I like the play. No doubt. Play on, play that. Play on, play that. Yo, Trey drops the verse.
It's going down, fade to Black Street. The homies got at me, collab creations, bump like agony, no doubt. I put it down, never slouch. As long as my credit can vouch, a dog couldn't catch me. Say out, some people could stop with Dre making moves, attracting honeys like a magnet, giving them orgasms with my mellow accent. Still moving this flavor with the homies Black Street and Teddy, the original rough shakers.
Get down, good Lord. Baby got them open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game all the town. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time. Wow. East side to the west side, pushing back drive, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means that bad, long when she's at the half bed. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can? I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. She got class and style. She knowledge by the pound. Baby, never act wild. Very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Lovers it curves so frequent you heard. Rolling with the fatness. You don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play. Just for shorty bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it. Trump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe it's time. Baby, I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Bag it up, babe. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo.
That's my peeps and we roll deep, flying first class from New York City to Blackstreet. What you know about me? Now don't I'm saying Cartier wooden frame sported by my shorty. As for me, icy gleaming pinky diamond ring. We bees at this beat that on this scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake bangers? My shows improves, no doubt. I've been thinking you so. Please excuse if I come across rude. That's just me. And that's how a player's got to be. Stay kicking game with a capital G. Ask the people on my block, I'm as real as can be. Word is born. Making moves, never been my thing. So Teddy, pass the word to your in Chauncey. I'll be sending the call, let's say around 3:30. Queen Pen and Black Street.
Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. Yo, diggity. I got to bag it up.
Okay, y'all, let's wrap it up. How many, when you can, how many messages did you get out? Let's just drop it in the chat and let us know.
See the sign? Have a good day. Geico C4. The savings keep on going.
$11 messages, Court. Awesome. Got out 6.
I had done some earlier too today, so I'm just including all that.
Leslie 8. Yeah, girl.
Girl.
Way to get it. Remember, y'all, just 2 is the minimum. That's like moving your business forward slowly, but it's still moving forward. Jen, yeah, girl. Way to get it. Nice. Cool, you guys. Let me. This is not sharing. Yeah, Strana, get that 2 done, boo. Good, Kristen, awesome. Way to go. Nice, nice, nice. Cool, way to go, guys. Awesome. Okay, last one or two things is coach invites. So typically when we get started, a lot of people that we think who would make amazing coaches are close to us. It's not people on our social media just yet. It's people that are closest to us. And I promise some of the people that are closest to us are the ones who will make the best coaches. They're not necessarily going to be our best friends, but there's some people that are really close to us. So we are going to send out at least one coach invite. If it makes you uncomfortable, good. That's a good thing, because we are here to help people help more people, and growing our business, not just in wellness groups, but finding those other people that will join the team to help other people is what we're also here for. So I have put up a dream team list. I love this one. Think of your like the first person that pops into your mind about coaching. That is, if you already haven't started connecting with someone on social media, if you've kind of wiped out all of your warm market people and friends already with asking them to coaching, then just go back into your stories and just send out a coach invite. It's that simple. It's that simple. We make this harder than it is. It doesn't need to be. We just need to send it out and do these power hours. So invite a friend, or go into the stories and just send out a coach invite, and that's it. So I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up for the evening, and you guys crushed it. So everyone, let's at least get out one coach invite. It should be 2, but we're pushing timing. So when we get off of this, don't let me stop you. Keep rolling on this. And I'm going to play this music.
Honey, check it. Tell your friends to get with my friends. We could be friends. Shit, we could do this every weekend. Alright? Is that alright with you? Yeah. Keep banging. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. To the homies, getting money, playing niggas like dummies. They gotta come up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Check it out. Now folk shit for that ass. Puff daddy, big and small, shoot them out, yeah. Represent, baby.
Quiero el iPhone 11, pero con una compañía que le importe lo que busco.
Cambie tu Sprint y reciba el potente iPhone 11 con su cámara ultrawide por $0 al mes.
You want to tell me what this is all about?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. He be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying to chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they go, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life.
say's about to start. So I gotta be there with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and the gleam in my eye. I'm a doped out, gangsta, set, tripping banger. And my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living like do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Power and the money, money and the power. Minute after minute, hour after hour, everybody's running. But
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Again, we shouldn't have to think too long on it. You just take this verbiage, add a little personal part to it, and then just see where the conversation goes. The more we think about it, the more we psych ourselves out, and that is not what we're here to do. We're here to be coaches, and we're here to get on the damn field and play, right? Help our people play, help our people get in the game, and we have to get in the game ourselves. So not too much time. We'll start wrapping it up. All right, y'all. Way to go. Way to bust out a power hour. Way to freaking go. Does anyone have any questions at all? Did everyone get an invite out? If not, how can we help you? Proud of you, Jen. Way to go, sister. Cool. All right, guys. So that is a power hour. The only thing that we left out is recognition. And that's what I love to do, is just shout out any of you all who are doing things in your own health journey, or anyone on our team moving our business forward. And I just like to throw them up in my stories and tag them. If you're still growing your team and you don't have any challengers, or you don't have any coaches on your team yet, you can always go to our tribe and find people to shout out, things like that, especially if there's someone that keeps, or people keep, like, for example, what I love to do is when someone gives me the pregnant excuse, they don't want to work out because they're pregnant, then I make sure to post a video or a photo of someone on our team that's pregnant and working out. So it kind of makes them really rethink where their mind is at. If I find that that is the one thing that people keep giving me excuses about. So I'll see a pattern, I'll see a trend sometimes when I'm talking with people. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's pregnant, sometimes it's time. So I'll make sure that I'm addressing those as they come up in those clumps in whatever season people are giving excuses, because that usually shows me I'm not talking about something on my social media, and it's time to address it. not in a negative way, in a positive way, still shouting someone out and giving them, you know, praises for being a boss and working out, and they're still pregnant. Like, and those people are probably going to see your story anyways. So, way to go, guys. So let's wrap it up. Anyone have any questions at all? No, because y'all are bosses. Okay, it's fine. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. That this is recorded, or just hop on any of the other power hours that's on the post in our FitLifeTribe, and you're going to get basically the same thing. And it's really cool to see everyone's own style. So, all right, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic night. Thanks for bossing it up with me. Mwah. So much love to you. Bring on February. Get into a team cup. Let's kick some ass.
Love you guys.
Mwah. Bye.